And good evening, viewers. My name is Frankie Fernandez, and I'm presenting to you this program, Gazali. We are in a different time zone at the moment. I'm in Australia, Melbourne. My guest is in UK at the moment, and this program is recorded in Goa. So viewers across the globe have a very
Amazing.
good day. Carlton, to begin off, how is London treating you?
London's London's been treating me so good that I haven't gone back yet. So I've been here. I was here for a couple of weeks. Then I went to the EU. I spent a month there, and I came back to London because I didn't want to go back to India. And I thought it was going to be just a couple of days before I take a flight. And I think I've kind of been here now almost close to a month. So I think I need to go back. Yeah, but it's been treating me really well. And with sunshine like this, you can't complain.
I envy you. I envy you, especially when I see the backdrop. Carlton, for most of our viewers who got to know a bit more about Carlton is during the COVID days, singing from the bedroom, okay, those endless nights, a record number of nights. But the moment everything seems to be going smoothly, the various countries have opened their doors. There you were jet lagging from one corner to the other. Tell us, how did this all begin?
So before COVID, as I said, and we've had this talk before. I mean, I was never really in one place, and COVID kind of forced me to do something very different, which actually worked for me. Forced me to change the game, so to speak, and start a nightly thing that I went live every night from the bedroom. And I mean, I all I can say is that it really was paying it forward in a sense, because I kind of I'm overwhelmed when I travel now, because there are people all over that kind of have been part of this big community that we formed. It's more like a family, and I can see that. I've been staying in people's houses. I've been with people in Europe and in London and in the UK over the last couple of months. And before that, I was in Thailand, and before that, I was in the US. And so I'm saying it's just become something that is so such a warm, happy community that I never even thought that would happen when I was doing this as more as a joke from my bedroom. But it's great. So to answer your question, after COVID kind of died down, I'm back with my trolley bag and my knapsack. The only difference is that now when I travel, I can actually plug in anywhere and do a gig. So COVID has taught me that. So all I need is a couple of speakers and a PA system, and I'm ready to go. So it's become I've gone back to probably an improved version of me traveling before. Yeah. So
in a way, you rather answered my next question, and that was primarily you developed such a huge network, singing from your bedroom, connecting with people in the virtual mode. But now, when you have got to travel around, you are meeting people in person.
Yeah.
How has the reaction been?
It's crazy. I mean, I still sometimes kind of pinch myself, because I honestly didn't think that it would have, affected people or help people that much in what I did. The other night, 2 nights ago, I did a gig in London, and there was this lady who took 3 buses and traveled over 2.5 hours to get to where I was. She's a South African, and she was on my 100th show. She had sent a testimonial with, she's a caregiver, and she was taking care of somebody in London, an older lady who actually passed away just last week. So she said that, you really helped us during that time, and we would have probably, not been able to go through that time without you. And she said, I had to meet you in person, and it was such a, I don't know, I can't explain it, because I still can't come to terms with the fact that it's made such a difference to people's lives, It's fantastic. Yeah.
I'm probably sure that Carlton is yet to fathom those feelings of one as an audience would feel when he meets you in person, isn't it?
Yeah, so my live gigs are also very different in terms of interaction and stuff like that. I know we interacted a lot online, but it's definitely a different experience for me as well to be alive and to interact physically with people. So it's just wonderful. And yeah, I remember you used to stay awake till 2 in the morning in Australia listening to that show, and it's fantastic. I don't know.
No, no, but the bottom line is that you have over the last 2 years, you've touched so many lives, especially when people were really doing it the hard way, going through the COVID
Yeah.
in isolation, unable to move out. And there was someone in his bedroom entertaining and keeping us entertained all throughout. Hats off to you, Carlton.
I was entertaining myself, but yeah, I needed some company to have a drink at home, and that's the reason I started this in the first place. I guess everybody needed that same reason, and music was the binding factor, and the fact that I could kind of pick up requests and just do them, from people who were 90 to kids who were 5 years old, and that kind of brought uh, generations together in that sense, because there was a grandmother in Australia who was listening to me with the granddaughter in Singapore, and so it was a great time.
We'll come to the Australia part a little later. Tell
Yeah.
me any country that you have still not visited
Uh,
other than Australia.
Other than no, I have visited Australia also when I was in my sailing days, which is another lifetime. Uh, but yeah, in a long time, I haven't been to Australia. Any other country? I was looking forward to Canada actually this time, but I think visas have a quite a big line. I have my US, but I think visas for Canada was taking a really long time. Otherwise, I probably would be there and doing something in Toronto in July. But yeah, so in terms of, I don't plan really where I'm going to be. It just happens, and I just take it as it comes. I mean, I was telling somebody the other day that I can't remember the last time I booked a return ticket. It's always been a one way. So even now I don't have a return to go back. So it's wonderful to be able to do that.
All right. All right. Because you started off in between with Australia, tell us what have you got in store for people in Australia? Because mind you, we were the ones who were staying late up at night to watch you perform, and now it's going to be all a reality to see you in person. Also, you'll get an opportunity to interact with
Meet everyone.
your huge fan flowing out here.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. Australia has lots of friends and family to begin with, and when actually I must take Gracie's name here and say that, during the show she said that when things opened up, we will definitely get you here. And this is something that everyone said. I mean, people in the UK, people in Canada, people in the US. And you kind of take it, okay, at that point in time, it's something nice to be said to someone that I'll get you there. But you don't really think that it's going to happen. And I've actually seen, especially with the Australia one, how she's gone about getting this thing in place, getting my performance visa, getting my venue sorted, getting tickets sorted, getting all of that. So it's looking like it's going to be a great show in Melbourne. And since Melbourne was happening, friends of mine in Sydney are putting something together, and that's another one city that I'm pretty much looking forward to. And Lucia and yeah, Marianne have kind of put this together in Sydney, and I'm more than excited. So I would like to just say to people to just kind of pick up your tickets, even if it's a little early, because venues, the other night we did something in London, and I was surprised that there was kind of a waiting list as well. So it's better to just kind of, these are smaller venues, so to pick up a ticket and stuff like that. Looking forward to Sydney and weather like this in October. Yeah.
Yeah, but by the time you come to Australia, it's going to be springtime, the best time of the year to be in Melbourne and in Sydney. Melbourne is on the 22nd of October, and Sydney is on the 29th of
It's
October.
on the 30th. Is on the 30th. It's on the Sunday.
All right. So it's Sydney is on the 30th of October.
Yeah, Sydney's on the 30th and Melbourne is on the 22nd. And in case there is something else that comes up, and I'm more than happy to kind of do so. If there is another city in Australia, or if there's another gig coming up in Australia or New Zealand, then happy to jam, happy to meet musicians, all of that. So yeah, that's pretty much the way I live.
Well, at least I'm eagerly looking forward to seeing you in person perform in Melbourne. Well, it was always a dream when we watched you online during those COVID days. When could we have Carlton in Australia? And there was Gracie, of course, and Vernon Franklin putting their act together and making every attempt and every effort to have you in Australia.
Fantastic. So, I mean, big love to all of them. Yeah, in Sydney and in Melbourne for putting this together, and I can't thank them enough, because I'm really looking forward to that one. Yeah.
Do you have any surprise in store for the people over here in Australia?
I don't know.
Let's put it out.
Surprise? No. I mean, I as I said, I go into a gig just kind of blind, and then I see who's there, and I see what kind of music they want, and I take requests, and the kind of evening just flows. Would be nice to get, you know, maybe a singer or two in Sydney and in Melbourne to kind of come and do a couple of songs, but I haven't kind of fixed that or figured that bit out yet. Would be nice to kind of get some pre hype going, you know, and get people to send me what they want to listen to, all of that, so we can actually, you know, have some sort of a thing to as a start point. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, after this interview is out in the air, you'll definitely have loads of requests coming up your way.
Sure. Yeah, it'll be great. I mean, I'm really looking forward to getting some sort of a, you know, some sort of feedback as to what they're expecting, because they've listened to me for 2 years, and I have like 2,000 plus songs out there, and even in London, people know which songs they wanted, and it's amazing, because you think you've just sung it and it's gone, and they will remember what you said and how you changed the words, and it's crazy. Yeah.
Now, Carlton, while on the road globetrotting, is there any particular incident that has really caught your attention while performing? I know you'll have a whole lot of them, but any one that you can tell our viewers across.
Any incident about you know, from
about your performance which has touched you, of meeting up people? I know you mentioned about the South African lady, but anyone else who you interacted in virtual mode but got to meet in person?
There have been so many of them, actually, because I mean, and I'm talking about even in Lisbon, when I did something, you know, there's a whole community of people who used to listen in, and that was set up by Margarita and her friends there. In London, of course, Jude set the first one up, and then we've done 2 more. And I've been also doing a lot of, you know, these jams and these busking and these open mics and these kind of things that kind of, you know, have made me meet people that I mean, it's just about networking and connecting and all of that. But people that have come, I mean, as I said, overwhelming, because people have driven a couple of hours to a really nice incident to mention would be two. One would be an old shippy cadet friend of mine who drove halfway across the UK to come and see the gig in Peterborough. And we were together on ship. I don't want to reveal our ages, but 30 plus years ago, I guess. And he came to that gig. And the next day, somebody who was really big on Jukebox Jammies and actually fueled that whole period of time, Desiree from Singapore, she kind of was in London and made him get me there for dinner, and it was a great surprise and fantastic. I mean, to kind of connect with these people that we only knew as comments on Facebook. Yeah. So yeah.
All right. I'm pretty sure these things are definitely going to leave a lasting impression and create memories, not just for you, but even the people that you are meeting across, isn't it?
True.
Yeah.
True.
Well, it's still sometime October 22nd and 30th October.
Yeah, I know it's still some time, but the only reason I'm saying that is to kind of avoid not having a ticket. Also we have time, so let's make it the best show that we can do. We have time, so maybe we can add venues and add cities onto it. So this is a great lead in, because it, once it's out there, I guess it'll start things spiraling. So yeah.
Okay. Well, definitely, I'm pretty sure people watching this interview with you would also be eagerly wanting to know which are the dates that you are available to come and perform in their city, be it in Perth or be it in Brisbane or be it even in Adelaide, or you could have another show happening in Melbourne and another one in Sydney.
Absolutely. I'm game for that. I'm totally game for that. Roughly, I have something in India till about the 16th, and then I think I'm going to travel to Australia. So I'm thinking middle of October to the middle of November, Australia, New Zealand, maybe a week or so in Sydney, a week or so in Melbourne, which takes care of those gig dates as well. And then let's see where it goes. As I said, I travel light, and I'm open. So yeah, the best. I'm open to the best offer.
we are looking forward for that. We are looking forward for that. And mind you, it's not just about the Indian or the Goan community. I'm pretty sure there are a big number of Aussies who are eagerly waiting to see you
that's
come
exciting.
And perform here.
So that's exciting, because it's always exciting to interact with people who have never met before, and I mean, it's great to have the Jukebox Jammies friends and family, but for me also a big thrill is to interact with somebody who I've never seen, who has never seen me before, and it's a big thrill to get a reaction out of them. So yeah, which I always normally get. So yeah. Yeah,
looking forward for that. Now, Carlton, I know I've asked you this question several times.
Yeah.
When is Carlton going to release his own music album?
See, for that I need to sit in one place. And that is not happening. It hasn't been happening for a while, but I know lots of people have been asking me this. I'm happy to collaborate with anybody and who would want to make this happen. But I'm saying, I mean, honestly, it would have to be me locking myself away for a couple of weeks and putting this down. There is material, but I kind of enjoy this side of life a lot more, in terms of travel, in terms of gigging, in terms of doing other people's stuff, but doing it my way. So yeah, it'll happen, but maybe I need another round of COVID to be stuck in in my house and churn out an album. Yeah. So that's pretty. It'll happen. I know you've asked me this before, and I know many people have asked me this, but and I'm not shying away from it. It's just that I'm having a lot of fun, and I don't want to fix it if it ain't broke. So yeah.
All right. But anyway, Carlton, we would have loved to discuss much more with you on your journey in music, your travels, and while we're looking forward for you rolling out a red carpet for you here in Australia, we're just counting our days at the moment and looking forward to seeing you. As I said, mind you, we are going to set, or rather paint the town red, Carlton Braganza in Australia, 22nd of October in Melbourne, 30th in Sydney.
Thank you so much, Frankie.
Thank you very much.
And thank you to all those people in Australia that are making this happen. Big love to all of you, and hope to see you soon and have some fun there. Yeah.
Definitely. We are looking forward to seeing you, Carlton. Thank you very much for your time. And till we see you in Australia, take care.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. Much love. Thank you.
Take care. Thank you very much, Carlton, for your time. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Bye.